All the disrespect before you play back, button check. Button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful Christmas week of buttons that need to be checked. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is Monday. We got some hot ones, man. No sponsor today. We'll probably have one tomorrow, the next day. But either way, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel. Unfortunately, we got some heavy buttons to check, but it was only a matter of time. So without further ado, let's get them. Let's go. All right, now into them first set of buttons. These set of buttons, the Capcom Cup 12 pay-per-view is officially underway. Unfortunately, buttons that need to be checked. So check it out. Capcom ESportsd Japan League posted this just the other day saying Street Fighter League Pro Japan Grand Finals. So we know the final two teams in the Street Fighter League for Japan, you can see it's going down, I believe, the 31st? The 31st of next month. So we're talking about January. We got Team Reject right here, then Crazy Raccoon. Hey, I'm glad to see Bon-chan. I always root for some Bon-chan. I love Daddy Chan right there. But check it out. I gotta be honest, I've gotta root for some Team Reject. We're talking about Daigo, we're talking about Murderface, Lashar, Fudo, we're talking about the G's. Here we go. If you actually click on purchasing tickets for the pay-per-view stream, it is underway. We talking about 6,000 yen, 4,000 yen, 4,000, I believe it comes around to a little bit over $25 USD, 6,000, about $32 USD. Did this one sell out or is it about to go up? Because it says sales period over if you want to watch it. Because if you noticed, if you want to watch Grand Finals in Japan, we all knew it was coming down to this. You got to pay to play. They ain't even at cap yet. They don't charge for Capcom 12. This is the first year that they're doing that. But Japan has damn near always charged for what, if not, I don't know if the playoffs, but definitely for Grand Finals for Street Fighter League. So that's why since, you know, Cap Cup was at Japan once again, they were like, yo, why don't we start charging for this altogether? Because I know some of you are thinking like, well, technically we're not just starting this because Japan has been doing the pay-per-view wall for a while, like for at least several years. I'm not sure if it started in 2020, I'm not sure, but I know they've been doing it for a minute as far as like putting their grand finals in Street Fighter League behind a paywall. But now, this will be the first year that the whole damn thing, Cap Cup, is behind the paywall, which we're all familiar with that. We got the ticket prices here. We're still waiting on an update to see if they're gonna change anything. They did come out with a kind of whack update a couple of months ago where everybody like, this is bullshit. All they basically said was, we're not gonna really change anything, but we're gonna format this in an entertaining way. Basically, we're gonna make it or try to make it worth the $40 or whatever the hell we're about to sell, because we're not gonna change it. But then they kind of hinted at the fact that maybe they would change the price. So I think that's what a lot of people are still waiting to see. But either way, it's gonna be pay-per-view. Then from there, we got some FGC responding. Man, I saw some on the original post a couple of months ago. I saw some recently. The ones on Reddit from a while ago saying, all I could say is good luck. CS couldn't do it. Dota couldn't do it. LOL couldn't do it. These games have 30 to 100% times or times more. The players Street Fighter does, their esports scene never made money off the pay-per-view. They do skins, stage, and take gambling money, CS, etc. For the most part, it's a money-losing venture because it's the ads for the game. Street Fighter had a successful pay-per-view model in Japan, and I assume they know Japan is most where their viewership is coming from. However, also go against all the World Warrior stuff that they did. Tons of creator already elaborated the issue. The rest of the world basically don't care enough about Street Fighter for this. The exclusion is always bad for the game because it's obscure and overall branding and social engagement yet you get from the tournament itself. People in the low to medium interest will simply move on, and there are millions of entertainment competitors out there. It also excludes a ton of population from the immediate engagement. While I don't think 40 to 50 USD is pricey, it costs more than the game itself, but for the younger audience and the audience location where standard of living isn't as high, they aren't going to spend the money to watch Grand Finals. Capcom is giving up any and all future growth outside of Japan for the short-term return. Think sumo. How many of y'all can even name a sumo wrestler? Then going back to that FGC Twitter, now this is a thread from their last update when they did, what was it, the HUD customization that you couldn't purchase through drive tickets. Right here saying, this is actually laughable. Pay-per-view Capcom Cup, no changes to the game, overpriced HUD, etc. The game has gotten progressively worse in terms of gameplay and progressively more greedy with every passing month. I don't know what else these clowns are doing. Stop killing my favorite franchise. Then I couldn't help but notice underneath that, somebody says, Capcom is a funny company. Street Fighter V had a bad start, so they did everything in their power to make the game acceptable. Street Fighter VI was well received by everybody, so now they're going to see how far they can get by pissing off everybody. They say, exactly, this is like, what the fuck are we doing? There you have it. I'll put some more, responses of that thread underneath, but you guys are familiar with this. It's like beating a dead horse at this point. So everybody pretty much on the same page, disappointed, or like, what did we expect at this point? This is stupid, or to me, they don't exist anymore. I was really a Street Fighter lover, but they do all they can to kick me off the game a long time ago already. Enjoy the game, I guess. Here's the sad thing, y'all. Do y'all remember I was actually interested in Street Fighter League Japan? USA, yes, hands down, but Japan, right? And then I started realizing I can't even watch the grand finals. You can't even talk about the grand finals until like a week or two. Okay, so here's the thing. You have to pay for it to watch it. But even with that, I can't make content out of it. I can't tell you, I can like talk about it, but I can't post pictures. I can't really do shit until a week or 2 weeks after the whole damn thing is done. And they're gonna do the same thing with Cap Cup. So I'm like, and I don't wanna pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna be with the rest of the people, like, okay, I'm just gonna wait a week or two until we actually can like see it and talk about the video highlights. But by then, we already know, a lot of people are gonna know who the hell won. I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see, because that alone like knocked my interest out of Street Fighter League Japan. I didn't even know who was in grand finals. I was keeping up with the whole damn thing. And then the last, 2 or 3 months, I was like, I'm done. Because what's the point? Like, they instantly killed my interest. So I was like, I'm gonna back up. We'll see whoever's in grand finals. With Capcom Cup 12, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I really don't. Part of me wants to pay, I'm not gonna lie. But also, I'm very interested to see what y'all do, because I know people are gonna be ripping this thing, or at least trying to, like a motherfucker. But even then, like I said, they will strike your shit if you post that video. Trust me, they will strike your shit if you post any footage. You can talk about it. Like I said, how lackluster is that? We're going back to the damn radio days where we listen to the radio. Oh, in the 5th round, he lands an uppercut, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm gonna watch it myself, then come back here to tell you guys the play-by-play of what happened. That's horrible. The only other option is to come back, let it happen, and then wait 2 weeks or whatever to talk about it. And once again, it's killing the momentum, killing the hype. But we already know all of this, right? Japan, the audience, the growth, the greed, all that. We already know all of this. Esports, yada, yada. Nothing we can do. Only thing we can hope for is maybe it's a bad experience for them and they don't get what they thought they were gonna get, and they're like, you know what, let's not do this next year. Let's learn. And let's also update the fucking game. Let's also like listen to the audience. Maybe let's just go back to what we did with Street Fighter V. Ain't that some shit? Street Fighter V. Definitely just one more time, Butt Check family. Definitely let me know how you're feeling on this beautiful full week of checking buttons. We are here. It is Christmas week. I'm gonna try to do something special, but we shall see, man. We got more giveaways on the rise. On the rise. Why would I say that? On the horizon? Whatever. We got some more giveaways on the way. Thank you guys for everything. I will see you soon. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
You can!